Welcome to Miles from Review. I'm super excited to dive in and discuss today's topic, removing the guilt of the summer slump with your fitness routine. Before we dive into the episode, I want to send my sincere thanks to everyone who has reached out and expressed their excitement and admiration for me starting this podcast. To be honest, it's a bit vulnerable, and I was really nervous announcing this project to everyone in my circles. It's hard to believe that next weekend is Memorial Day weekend. I feel like we were just celebrating January 1st yesterday, but here we are. We're on the heels of summer. Next weekend is deemed the unofficial start of the summer season. Maybe your kids are starting to get out of school, maybe they're soon to get out of school, but we're coming upon a transition in our daily schedule where it can feel really uncomfortable and maybe a little stress-inducing. So let's talk about how this pertains to your fitness and how you can remove some of that guilt out with the summer months ahead. So first, when you're planning out your fitness, I want you to look at the next few months and really assess your availability. This means looking at the day-to-day and each week as to when you can commit to your fitness. So look at what you're currently doing and how this transition may change. If it doesn't change anything, brilliant. That is fantastic. Keep up with what you're doing. But if you are someone who finds yourself where your whole routine is going to change, or there's going to be some adapting to a new routine, then look at your availability and be really honest with yourself. And this is the part that can get a little tricky where the guilt will creep in. And I want to express that it's perfectly normal for downshifts in your fitness routine to happen throughout the year. Oftentimes it comes when our timing is limited, or when we have a schedule change, or when we're dealing with, the winter with multiple illnesses, and that is perfectly fine. But what happens is we don't honor those or are aware of those, and we're sitting here shooting ourselves by saying, I should be able to maintain a full workout routine when life isn't permitting it. That's where the guilt creeps up. And with that, you're building more frustration and barriers to maintain that routine. So once you've assessed your availability and how things will change, set clear, realistic goals for yourself. And when you goal set, I really want you to think in ranges. Why ranges work and how they help is it allows for you to have the flexibility to be able to handle weeks where there's a high workload or high life commitment time, to when you have that unicorn week where everything falls into place and you are just getting everything done. So look at your week as a range. You can do it in a couple ways. First, you can say, I want to work out 1 to 3 times per week and leave that open-ended. Number 2, you can look at it as I want to get 2 strength training sessions in and 1 cardio session in. And schedule them. Schedule those into your whole life schedule. Wherever you keep and put together your day plan, schedule when you are going to complete those workouts. Now, what I don't want to happen is when you schedule them in and life happens, this is where we need to exercise some compassion with ourselves in the fact that, hey, life happened and we can easily transition to another day, or you're still within your range of your workouts. Next week is a new week and we start fresh on that goal. And this is the third thing, to really reduce that guilt that can come when your routine is totally interrupted, as it is in the summer, is be flexible with yourself. Meet yourself with that compassion, knowing that there are things going to come up in the summer. We don't live life in this perfect container where things don't come up. So be flexible, adapt to the current thing, and when that guilt creeps in, meet yourself with compassion. There is no timeline for fitness. There's no due date for you to reach these goals. And that is the brilliant thing about fitness, is it is so unique and personalized that make it your own and always meet yourself on the level of where you're at. So to recap, assess your availability, set clear goals that are in ranges, be flexible, meet yourself with compassion. Thank you for joining me in another episode from Miles from Her View. If you have questions about strength training, cardio training, or nutrition, visit the show notes and ask them in the anonymous form provided for you.